Hey, what is up, everybody? Hey, if you are new to this channel, my name is Craig. Me and my buddy Chris started this about a year ago. We are Lions fans, but we are Michigan Wolverines fans, and therefore we love us some Jim Harbaugh. And not to mention, how easy was it in Michigan to grow up loving the Chargers too? Junior Seau, are you kidding me right now? And then you go to the powder blues, you go back to those. By the way, the dark navy blue jerseys, love those. I just want it to be known, I love them. But here's the other thing that I want to tell you right now. You're probably in San Diego, you're in LA, you're somewhere in California. It's nice and warm. It's late May, and I'm wearing a hoodie because it's like 50 degrees here in Michigan. It's been this cold for the last 3 or 4 days. It's going to be this cold for another 3 or 4 days. What is going on? Even here, it's cold for this time of year. I can't complain. We had some nice warm days throughout the last month and a half, but I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about complaining. All right, the Chargers made a savvy move that are exactly why we chose to do a channel completely devoted to the Chargers, because we knew when Jim Harbaugh went there, it was just going to be a successful franchise. We knew that he was going to right the ship and get them exactly where they needed to be. Year 1, I think, was proof of that. Year 2, you're going to see even more. We saw them bulk up at the running back position. We saw them bulk up at the wide receiver position. We've seen them bulk up in the offseason really across the offense, except for the offensive line. But what we've seen, well, and they did a little, but what we've seen now is that they've relied on their depth, and Harbaugh has come out and said that Johnson will be starting this year. It's no longer a race for 3 spots. It's a race for 2. But here's the move that I think is very interesting. According to an article, this is what it says. It says earlier this month, Chargers coach Jim Harbaugh said Johnson will be starting at one of 2 positions, left guard or center. We haven't seen him play center. During Tuesday's on-field work, Johnson was snapping to Justin Herbert as the center in drills. He has started at left guard the past 2 seasons. He was the Chargers starting right guard as a rookie in 2022. Johnson has not played center in the NFL. He did not play center in college. He did work at center in the Senior Bowl in 2022. All right, we're going to get back to some of the things that it said. This is Harbaugh. Here's what I know. When Michigan was humming, they always had great center play. But they also always had great center play from guys that you're like, yeah, they're going to be pretty good at center, but you didn't think they'd be that good. And then there were back-to-back Remington Trophy winners, best center in the country. And you look at this, and they were back-to-back offensive line, best offensive line in the country. And the funny part is when they won a national championship, they didn't win best offensive line in the country. But anyways, there's always been good offensive line play under a Jim Harbaugh-led team, and more importantly than that, really good center play. And players that would come, I'm thinking of Olu Oluwatimi, and he's a starting center this year probably, or ended last year as a starting center for the Seattle Seahawks. This is a guy who came over, I want to say from Stanford. He was already a great center, and then all of a sudden, boom, he is the best center in college football. I am telling you right now, despite Johnson's lack of experience at the center position, if Jim Harbaugh and this coaching staff believe that he is going to be a good center, he will be a really good center. All right? Yes, the range of outcomes is high. Totally get that. But if he ends up being like a top 10 center, all right, wow, would that solve so many problems. So many problems. You're going to have Mekhi Becton at right guard. He is a road grader, right? He is a big-bodied guard, and then you do what you want at left guard. All right, you do what you want. You want to try Salyer there? Go for it. You want to try Trey Pipkins there? Go for it. Do you think Bozeman would be a better guard, a better left guard than he was a center? Go for it. You think Carson Barnhart's ready? Go for it. Do you get what I'm saying here? If Johnson ends up being that center that you want him to be, now all of a sudden 4 out of your 5 positions on the offensive line are stable and set. They're good to go. And you're just figuring out left guard. That's it. It is so much easier, though, to hide a guard in an offensive line as a weak spot than it is to hide a center. Like, it's just easier to hide one, especially if he's between a great tackle, which Rashawn Slater is, and a great center, which Zion Johnson has the ability to be. Let's look at a couple of things. Zion Johnson has been an up and down player, and we'll get into what that looks like. But I'll tell you what's not up and down is his athletic ability. This is his RAS score, his relative athletic score coming out of college. He's the 54th most athletic guard coming out. If you moved it to center, he'd probably be even more athletic. Look at this guy. The only thing that hurt his grade was his height. At center, who cares? And by the way, who cares even less because he has 34-inch arms. The whole thing about height that's important is reach and length. So if you're shorter and you have the length and you have the reach, you're good to go. But his explosion is elite. His agility is elite. These are two things that are very important to have as a center. His 40-yard dash, his speed is good. That doesn't actually matter that much. But the explosion and the agility do matter that much. So here we have this guy. It's a savvy move that they're making. And all of a sudden, this could make someone go from, he's an okay, he's an okay player. He has average to poor grading out. And maybe this helps him with the consistency. He'll have to know the defensive fronts more. He'll have to be calling out different things at center. That'll help. Last year, we talk about how he's an off and on guard, right? Last year, the PFF numbers absolutely shared that. Absolutely shared this. I'll give you his grades. 52, 86, 69, 59, 72, 71, 55, 42, 73, 78, 67, 56, 66, 59, 46, 62, 49, 48. They're boom, 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 boom. It's like, what are we doing here? All said and done, he put together his best season as a lineman. Overall, he put together his best season as a lineman. If you can get him to play even better as a center, and everything would suggest that he should be elite as a center. His athletic ability, his size, and the belief that the coaching staff has that not only will he be a starter for this team, but they're trying him at center. If this is a move that ends up happening and ends up working, I'm telling you, you could look back and say this was the move that was the difference between us having a okay offensive line last year and having a top 5 offensive line in the NFL this year. That is the kind of stuff that works because offensive line as a position group outside of the quarterback, I get it, might be the most important position group on an NFL team. Trenches. It makes everybody on the offense better. You have bigger holes to run through, more running yards. You have more time to throw, more passing yards. You have more time to throw, easier for the receiver to get open. I'll never stop talking about it. This is huge and could end up being one of the little things that is a big, big difference. Thanks for watching. If you like this channel, hit that subscribe button. We want to just keep growing the subscriber base on this channel. So thankful for having you here. We'll see you on the next one.